Hey guys, it's me Nosy here again for another video. I'm going to try and make this really quite quick. I don't really want to go on too long. And this video wasn't actually meant to happen. My download limit has now reset itself. It reset at about midnight, about midnight to half midnight, early hours this morning. So I'm able to upload more videos. Hence why I was also waiting to upload my new review that's already edited and waiting to be uploaded. And that will probably be uploaded tomorrow, because it's my day off tomorrow. Or technically today, because it's now midnight. So technically later on today, I will be uploading my new review. Transformers review. So yeah, and then after that I'm going to be uploading my comments or my answers on my Q&A, because I've had two more people coming back to me with comments or questions, so I just want to thank those people. I think one of them was called The Juice 84. Please forgive me if I'm wrong with that. Sent me an actual private message, and thank you for that. I got that. And Monkey Not Truck, I got yours as well. I just want to let you guys know that I have actually received your messages. So yeah, thank you very much. To the two of you. That's kind of two more added to the tally, and I will be replying to everybody's comments and questions at some point. Probably Wednesday. That'll probably be uploaded. We're getting to the point at hand. And today I'm actually going to be, or tonight, or this morning, or whatever you want to call it. This is actually quite late. I wasn't actually going to do a review, a response to this, because I've done quite a few videos on this particular subject, rants mainly on this particular subject, about Hasbro, and I've done quite a few in the past. I've done about a good 2 or 3 in the past, and to be honest, I can't really say much else on the matter about Hasbro. But this particular one is actually an open letter to Hasbro, and it was done. Please forgive me, because this person doesn't exactly like to be called by this username anymore, because she has actually announced she's changed her name for her videos. But everyone knows her as Professor Moriarty X. So please forgive me for announcing that name, because apparently she doesn't like being called. She don't want to be called Moriarty anymore. So I'm going to say you can either, but she prefers to be called either Metal Tester, which is for Transformer reviews, or Metal Doxy, which is vlogs. So please, for future reference, for God whole's sake, please call it either Metal Tester or Metal Doxy. Then you'll be in a good book. Because I think now I've literally just done my own grave, we're calling her by actual name. But anyway. So, yes, it was actually a video that she uploaded herself, and then it's kind of gone massive over that. Quite a few people have done their own reviews or video responses, like Matt Tammy, he's done his, Sound of SG1's done one, Rattrack 25's done one, a couple of people. There's been about five or six videos I've actually seen, and I've only watched about 3 of them, including Metal Tester or Metal Doxy, whatever. It's quite confusing. I've actually watched her video as well, and she brings up some really fantastic points in that video, I must say. No true words have ever been spoken. How she came about it. I really do like her videos. She's she comes over very intelligent, and you get the feeling that she knows what she's talking about, and she does know what she's talking about. But what I'm saying it in a way that you get the feeling that you know you're not going to get any rubbish from her. She knows her stuff. She's probably looked into everything before she made the video. You get that feeling that you're in good hands with her when it comes to a video, because she's very informative, and it makes you feel everything you're listening or watching is really, really good. And her videos are really enticing, and I found her a really good YouTuber. And I've only just found her out, actually. I've only watched 2 videos in the past, and I didn't really know who she was. And then I basically mentioned, seeing people mentioning her name, her videos like Matt Clark or Tami. I've mentioned a few people mentioning her videos and saying how good she is, and I thought, right, I'll check her out, and they're not wrong. She's brilliant. And this video what she made was called An Open Letter to Hasbro. And the main matter at hand about this is mainly about the UK. Basically, Hasbro announcing that the UK is not an ideal market for their Transformer toy line. Hence why they are not releasing many of the really wanted what UK collectors are really wanting, and they're not releasing certain figures that UK collectors are wanting to buy. So there's quite a few. There's I think it's Masterpiece not Sunstreaker, Sunstorm, I believe. Masterpiece Sunstorm they released. It was meant to be coming to the UK and they cancelled it, and it's sort of going to be an American release. So the only way to get that is to import it again. And the argument is we don't understand why the UK or Hasbro are saying that the UK are not a reliable source or a reliable custom. Well, technically, it's being put in a different way, but technically that kind of means the same thing. I don't understand that, because the only thing I want to bring forward is what do you expect, Hasbro? What the fuck do you expect? Please forgive the French. But what the hell do you expect UK fans to do if you don't give us anything decent to buy or purchase, or anybody, not even collectors, general public, kids that the toys are generally aimed at, and collectors alike? If you do not produce anything that of interest, you are not going to generate any custom. It is not the UK's problem. It is not the UK's fault for the Transformer toy line not making as much as it does in America and Japan, etc. The reason for that, and I can vouch for this, is that not just the UK, I mean, I'm a UK collector, and I'm only basing my observations on here, where I live. I live in Hull in the East Yorkshire, in the UK, and I'm basing my observation on my area. I don't know anything about Iceland, or Poland, or France, or Germany. I don't know anyone else. I only know our predicament here in Hull, where I live. Because there's one particular person, and I'm not going off at this person, and I'm going to name him. It's what's the freaking hell? I've known him for a while. Dodie. Dodie. He actually commented on Sound of SG1's response to this, and he said he's sick of hearing about it because apparently those people in Iceland or Poland or whatever, where he lives, don't exactly. They barely have anything at all. They don't even have any prime toys or anything, and that is very sad. To find out that we're not the only ones, that other countries, including some states in America, are also being starved of Transformers. Even American customers are also struggling to find these toys, and they're having to go online to find them. So here in the UK, we're not the only ones that are struggling. Collectors or fans alike are struggling to find these toys in every country around the world. The only country that seems to have them all everywhere, it seems to be Japan. Because the looks of it, Takara have kind of got more of a customer base, and they've kind of created their own line of Transformers again, where with the whole Micron AM arm things that you can get with Transformers Prime toys now that they're produced, with Breakdown and the Viacom the Jet Vehicle, etc. They've all been released with these little minicon little things called micron arm things, and I've got 2 of them already, and they're not too bad. The figures are good, but I really don't see the point in them. But what I'm trying to come over with is that Japan seem to have kind of kept everything for themselves a little bit, kind of selfishly. I understand Japan is the main place where Transformers was created. I understand that. Japan is the birthplace of the whole Transformers idea. The whole Diaclone line, etc. Hasbro, if it wasn't for Hasbro going to Japan to find a new project or a new toy line to try and bring to the masses, and they've created what is now known as the Transformers. They gave them like an actual proper character development and made a cartoon, the G1, which we all know and love, and it's completely branched off into Beast Wars to RID, etc., etc., and even live action. It's blossomed massively, and nearly every person knows about it all over the world. And why? I don't know if it's Hasbro's fault entirely. I know Hasbro are technically behind the UK not getting anything because of their stupid explanation, what they've given us. But to me, it's kind of if like Japan have kind of taken Transformers for themselves, and they're only releasing exclusive toys for Japan only, and they're not releasing outside. They're not even releasing to American audiences either, and we're not getting them. Nowhere else is getting them outside of Japan. The only way to get these toys is either online by importing them from Japan itself, or a online merchant that stocked them, such as Kapow Toys, etc. Or whatever Transformer toy-based toy shop online, or eBay, Amazon, etc. They're the only places, they're the only merchants really you can actually get these from online. You can't buy them in stores anywhere except for Japan. And that is kind of a worrying thing, that it's not only Hasbro that are behind this. It's kind of like Takara have selfishly taken Transformers and not really expanded it outside of their own country. And Japan are notorious for this. There's loads of technology that they've produced. I know this is kind of going off topic, but Japan have produced some really interesting technology, computer, mobile phones, etc. And we only get probably about 20 to 30% of technology here in the UK, America, etc. We, like the rest of the world, probably only get about 30% of the technology that Japan produce. Such as, we probably get most of the stuff that Sony produce, which is actually an American and Japanese company. It's a shared company business. Is Sony. So there's Sony America and Sony Japan, and it's Sony Japan that come up with all like the PlayStations, etc. And it's the American side that kind of produce it, so it goes to America and circulates the whole world basically. So we only get real small percentage of stuff from Japan because in technology, and they selfishly and greedily keep it for themselves. And I'm not saying you can't do that, because it is technically your product, but I don't get it, because every other country share their stuff that they produce, but Japan are notoriously just snatching or keeping stuff away from everyone else outside of Japan. So I don't know if this is just one of those things. I don't know, but with I know Transformers. I don't think if Hasbro hadn't found the Transformer toy line, we wouldn't have it. I really don't think we would have had Transformers, because I don't think Japan knew. I don't think Japan knew how much of a success it was going to be until Hasbro came along and saying, we're interested in your pitch, we would like to purchase the rights to it, etc., and would like to produce more toys and actually produce maybe a TV series, etc. So I don't get it. I mean, Hasbro are literally partnered with Takara, because Takara come up with nearly every toy, and Hasbro come up with their own. So there's always either a Hasbro exclusive and there's a Takara exclusive. But they seem, a lot of the Takara exclusives usually a bit ago did become to general public. They were outside Japan, so you can purchase them outside of Japan, mainly only in America. But as of late, they're only producing stuff for their own sales. They're not producing anything for outside, like international America or elsewhere. So it's kind of upsetting, is that I think the future of Transformers is getting a little bit weird, because it's really hard for us, the collectors, the fans, to indulge our passion and our hobbies, or whatever you want to call it, because I call it a hobby. And it's very hard for me to indulge my hobby and enjoy the fantastic thing which is Transformers that I've grown up with, and many of you guys have as well. And it's very hard for me to purchase these toys that I really would like. And I won't say it's hard, but it means that I've got to pay probably about 2 or 3 times more than a retail price for an item by importing it from somewhere else. And we shouldn't be having to do that. It's the 21st century, and we shouldn't have to always rely on the internet to buy things anymore. We should have everything at our disposal in every country. But unfortunately, the way things go, the way businesses go, it just doesn't work like that, and it should be like that. Because in the real world, it's the way business goes. I mean, businesses will only be attracted to areas where they get more money, or they get more back. Because businesses are greedy. All they care about is this. They don't care about the customers. They care about this. At the end of the day, they only care about Kelly, just Kelly. They don't care about anyone else. So it is just a really unfortunate thing that Hasbro have announced that they're cancelling a lot of toys to the UK. They're only producing certain lines that we're getting in the UK. I mean, we've only got here in the UK, well, here in Hull, should I say. I'm not saying anywhere else, because I don't know how other people's predicaments are. But here in Hull, all we have is Soundwave Prime, Bumblebee Prime, Optimus Prime, Megatron. So technically we've got like Wave 1 and a bit of Wave 2, which we're actually quite lucky to have. We're quite lucky to have the Prime toys in general anyway. We did have Ratchet, but now he's completely nowhere in our area at all. He showed up in my local Asda, which is owned by Walmart. So I thought maybe we were getting some in, but no. I've only seen one Ratchet, and since he was sold, there hasn't been any more. Toys R Us haven't stocked it or anything. Toys R Us have not had any more Transformer toys for months. All we have is those Transformers Prime toys I just mentioned, and the rest are all Dark of the Moon, Revenge of the Fallen, RPMs, etc. So we have shit, and a load of Scouts, and I think we have some, what do you call them, Hunt for the Decepticons Scouts and stuff like that. So we don't have much at all, but we do have more than maybe certain other places. But considering it's really, really hard, and it's really stupid that there's some really beautiful looking, awesome toys that here in the UK would be devoured. If they came general public here in the UK, the toys that they're cancelling to come over here, I think if Hasbro gave it a chance to bring those toys that they're cancelled and bring them over here to the UK, proper toys, proper like master. I know masterpieces are expensive and everything, but if they brought more good Transformer products here to the UK, I guarantee them they will see a massive increase in sales. It's because they're giving us cack. You really think the British people are going to buy cack? No. If you don't know what cack is, it means shit. So if we don't buy cack, then they're not going to see anything from it, are they? So if they bring the proper stuff, good stuff that they're producing, well, and bring it over here, they will see an increase in sales. But it's just really because you can't really blame Toys R Us, because Toys R Us only can sell what they're legally allowed to from companies. I mean, Hasbro, they stock all their board games over in Toys R Us are literally full of Hasbro board games, etc. That's the only thing I think sells well, is the board games from Hasbro. Anything else they produce apparently doesn't seem to sell. And it's because everything else outside their freaking board games are shit. They're only giving us the cack. They're giving us the rubbish. And if they give us decent, good products, they will see a massive increase in sales. It's just common sense. You don't need to be a brain surgeon. You don't need to be a freaking mathematician. You don't have to be real good at maths. I mean, you don't have to be good at anything like that. It's just common sense. Produce good, decent products. Word will spread. Increase in sales. It's just. But that's all I can really say on the matter. Really, I can't really say much else because I've done so much on Hasbro rants. I've done so many Hasbro rants. It's unbelievable. So I don't really want to go too far into it, and I don't really want to, repeat myself all the time. But it's wrong. It is just wrong what Hasbro are doing to the UK, where they're technically blocking us and cancelling all the decent lines that they're only going to release to Japan, America, and vice versa. They only see America and a few other countries a good, viable market. They do not, they do not see the UK as a viable market. So I don't understand that. I mean, don't forget, the UK is a very small island. It's split into two parts, which is like Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and then the rest is all United Kingdom. So we're all kind of like split up, and it's just a little communal little island. America is vast, massive, massive, massive country with loads of states, freaking hundreds of thousands of bloody states in America, and that's the reason why America is a viable market, is because there's so many places that can sell the products. And outside of that, which is like Canada, etc. So there's a load of places that can spread out. The UK, there's only so many main cities. Then there's some little towns, and for some reason, it's mainly the main cities that I think seem to get most of the bulk, and the little cities get missed out when we're technically one of those little cities. Because Hull is only kind of one of those places that you go through in order to get back onto the motorway. You know what I mean? So we're kind of a drive-through city. So yeah, I can't really say much about it, to be honest. It's just really, really annoying to be in this predicament. And I just want to say to Dodie, I understand your predicament. I mean, by the looks of things, where he comes from, it is even worse than it is here. barely have anything whatsoever, so he has to buy everything online anyway, which is a massive burden, and it's very unfortunate for him having to do that. I mean, we're fortunate in the way here in Hull that we do have at least some Prime things, but we don't have anything new. They've not released anything new. They've not released any of the Fall of Cybertron toys here in Hull. And the last time I went into Toys R Us, which was about a week or two ago, there was nothing in. Unless they're in there now, I don't know. But according to Rattrap25, he went into his local Toys R Us and he picked up a Fallen Cybertron Shockwave and Prime. So they have Shockwave and Optimus Prime from Fallen Cybertron Generations line in his Toys R Us. So I don't know. I mean, at least we're getting some of the new generation wave in. But I think we're already going to see those two figures, and we'll probably won't see any of the others at all. They only seem to release like the first wave and half. They'll release the first wave. The second wave will probably just get halfway through and they'll stop. And then all of a sudden we'll get a cancellation notice from Hasbro. So they don't even give it a chance, to be honest. They're just greed. It's just greed with it. That's all it is. And I think this has probably been a bit biased in saying this. I think that the UK fan base is a little bit more more demanding, and I don't think Hasbro like it, because America seem to. This is probably been a little bit hasty saying this, but I think America are kind of more accepting on the Transformer problem, because they generally do have more than we do here in the UK anyway, because Hasbro obviously have said that only America and certain other countries are a viable market, so they generally probably do have probably a little bit more than we do, but I don't know. But I don't know. I'm going around in loops here, so I'm going to save you all the hassle, and I'm going to say thank you for watching this. Hope this video response has made sense. But yeah, I just thought to bring my little 2 cents over the whole idea, and I'll be back very soon. I will be uploading my new review tomorrow, my new Transformers review, and I will be uploading on Wednesday. Hopefully, if anyone else comes back with a couple more answers, I will be uploading more questions and answers, and I'll be doing I'll be doing my answer video on Wednesday. So, thank you very much for listening to me ramble on. This video is going to take forever to upload because I haven't seen it's a freaking AVI file. But anyway, so thank you very much. Cheers. See you later.